Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who were well that taught us this truth. And Barakatah to you brothers out there teaching this word in truth and sincerity. That's a part of the Bayasha Dawadah, the house of David. Alright? To the men, women, and children out there that support the truth, the cause of the truth, alright? I'm the brother Ra'ah Math, man of Valor 12 West Coast Camp. It's coming back at you. I have seen some news basically, that a lot of these stores, and I'm on my lunch break, so it's going to be a quick one, probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the spirit allows. Basically I seen basically an article saying a lot of these stores are closing down, through the spirit. And basically, just going into these stores, that's going to bring about famine. That's like these stores shutting down is going to bring about people being unemployed. Like the scripture saying, I'm going to get it in Ecclesiastes 12, the grinding shall cease, man. So that's the times we're entering into, man. That's how you know Yahweh Shem Shai is basically judging this place. Shalom, brother. Yahweh Shem Shai Brakatah, brother. Kala Ariyah, what's going on, brother? So the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is judging this place, and he's starting to make it crumble, man. Because the grinding shall cease. Yep, come on, brother. That's exactly the day I was going to get. I mean, the scripture I was going to get. And the brother put it up. I'm gonna get it too. But this place is basically, it's over, man. All these little jobs and stuff that we got. As far as looking forward to, something in this world. That's how you know if you in the world. You can differentiate somebody in the world and somebody that's not in the world, man. Through the spirit. Because a person that's in the world is gonna look forward to a job, having a job, and moving up. And mainly I'm talking about you Israelites. Moving up and getting into a corporate business, or just through the spirit. Trying to think that this society has a longing to go on to, man, or it's longing to go on. But really, in all actuality, man, this place is shutting down. The scriptures say, as in the days of Noah, the Most High said he was going to judge this place as in Egypt. The Most High said he was going to get this place the same judgment as Sodom and Gomorrah. This place is going down, man, because when you read Revelations 18, it tells you that her sins have reached up to the heavens. All right. And we know that there's three parts of the heaven, man. Or you got the first part, which is the earth, the second part, which is the cosmos, and you got the third part, which is the spiritual realm where the Heavenly Father dwells, man, and the angels. All right. So I'm gonna get this, or better yet, for a better lack of terms, where you go when you so-called pass away, or you're dead, which really you're not dead, you're asleep. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse. I'm going to start at 1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Because we're coming into times where a lot of people, don't know that there's evil coming upon the earth. There's mass evil coming upon the earth, all right? Evil meaning bad times. A lot of you fucking people don't know what evil means, man. I think Eve means time, and ill. And when you look up the etymology, means ill means bad. All right. When you break it down in etymology, so all evil means is bad times. So it said when the evil days come not, man. Before the evil days come, basically search for your power. You Israelites, you Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, before the bad times come, which we're heading into that now. We're heading into it. Jacob's trouble. All right? We're heading into those bad times. So remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, man. While you're youthful. That's why the Heavenly Father called in young men. All right? He called in young men. Even our apostles, all right, were young men when they came into this truth. Because like the scripture said, you can't put new wine into old wineskins lest they burst, man. All right? Like this knowledge, I mean, you have a few select men that are able to get it because the Heavenly Father is dealing with them at an older age. But that those are special men that the Most High always that the Most High wanted, man. All right, but it says Salakia. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Right, because the grinding is about to cease in this place, man. All right, like even a job that I work at, I can show y'all. Like I said, it's J.C. Penney's. You know, Shalom, brothers. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Thumb. It's J.C. Penney's, but these are one of the stores. These are one of the major stores that the grinding is going to cease on, man. All right, they already shut down Sears. All right, and then next is what, J.C. Penney's. You got Macy's. All right, you got several other franchises that's about to shut down, and these are major corporations that bring in major jewelry. They bring in what? They bring in you know, clothing. They bring in certain merchandises that come from overseas, man. So if the grinding ceases over here, that's unemployment for you Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Because the main people that are in these warehouses are you Israelites, man. You know. So what's gonna happen then? I mean, you know you got your supervisor that, you know, he's always on your fucking head and shit like that. What's gonna happen when that salary doesn't hit his check on a monthly basis anymore, man? These people are gonna bug the fuck out, man. You know, they're gonna bug the hell out. And that's the thing. That's why the scriptures say, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at our times," man. Because for us brothers that's in this truth, we're not supposed to bug out at things that are supposed to come, because we know that there's these things are supposed to happen. That's why Uriel, the archangel Uriel kept telling Ezra's like, "Yo, look, like certain things, man. Like I don't need to say no more unto you, man, because this is what's about to happen, man." The scriptures say the ventures shall fail. You know, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right, because there's going to be a civil war. All right, in America, you've had certain civil wars in America, meaning U.S. citizens getting it in with U.S. citizens. But this war is going to be epic, man. All right, it's basically going to be a race riot, like we keep bringing out through the spirit. So the race riots are going to come, man. It's going to come to a point to where what you don't have, all right, what you have, other people are going to want because they don't have. All right, just like Esau sets Jacob in the hood. All right, just like Esau sets up, yeah, brother, uproars of the people in the world. Yeah, that's soon to happen, man. That's soon to fucking happen, man. I'm looking around like I'm at the plantation right now. I'm on my lunch break. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking in my head like, damn, when shit hits the fan, when this shit shuts down, these people are gonna be helpless, man, because they don't have no hope and no future, man. They don't have no hope and no future. Yep, brother, Khan. And it says, verse 17, it says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to." And that when martial law hits, because they're going to quarantine cities, man. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." Great tribulation, man. Lack of bread. You're not going to have money to buy anything, man, unless you take that chip. And even at then, that's a slim chance, man. You know, you ain't supposed to take that chip anyway, which is the mark of the beast. You know, but let me read that over again. It says, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, because great tribulation is coming upon America, man. All right, and a part of that tribulation is these jobs shutting down. All right, which is everybody's a source of income, source of money. All right, you don't work, you don't eat. That's their motto. But guess what? You don't work, you don't eat. Hey, these jobs are about to fucking shut down, man. All right, these jobs are about to shut down. All right, and a lot of you people are going to be jobless, man. But even if the men of the Lord, you brothers out there, this is admonishment for you. Even if you go jobless, you still trust in Yahweh Bashim Yashai, because at the end of the day, the end all be all is what? This place is going to be hit with missiles, man. The car, say your car gets repo because you can't pay this and that because you can't get a job, man. So the fuck what? All right, the end all be all is what are you made of, man? That's gonna be my next sit down. All right, the Lord's about to show people. I mean, the Lord's about to see what the hell you're made of, man. Because the scriptures talk about, and I'm gonna get it in the next sit down I do. The scriptures talk about every man shall be rewarded according to his works, man, and what his works are made out of, man. Are they made of gold? Are they made of silver? Are they made of, basically things that are that can be burnt up by this fire? You know, what are you made of, man? That's when it comes down to the nitty gritty, man. You got to put all else aside, man, and trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You got to see where your foundation is, all right, which is coming soon in the tribulation. Because we talk about it, but hey, man, when the reality is when it hits, man, are you going to be able? Are you rooted to the point to where you can trust in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to get you out of certain situations? You might be faced with death. You might be faced with certain other things, man. But your mind state shouldn't be troubled, because the scriptures say that He hath not given us a spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. You know? So our mind should be sound. Why? Because we have the Heavenly Father's words, and He already said He was going to deliver us. Even in the same sentence in Jeremiah 30:7, man, when He said, it is the time of Jacob's trouble, He said, but I would deliver him out of the same, man. So that's the mind state you have to have, that, okay, yeah, we're going to go through a time of trouble, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to deliver us out of the same, man. Yep, you're right, brother. Straight separate us from the man from the boys, man. But hey, with that, I'm going to say, call Haloyim Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakal Kodash. You know, like I said, I was on my lunch break, so I'm going to make it short for you brothers tuning in, man. Just go back, Lord willing, and rewatch the video, man.
Alright, Shalom, Shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. First off and foremost, call Haloyim Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakal Kodash, Barakathum. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect. And with me saying the elect, one thing the elect will always do is be brotherly towards their brother. The law hangs on two things, man. And the second is as the first. Love Yahweh Bashim Yahushua with all thy heart. Love thy neighbor as thyself, man. And with that being said and done, if we're in this doctrine together, if we're in this truth together, no matter what happens, all right, and if we're righteous brothers and we love each other, we ain't gonna let no bullshit come between us, man. Because that's Satan, man. There's no way in hell that we preach the same exact doctrine and you just don't want to deal with a certain brother. That's it. You got to check that. That's a demon. All right, this says the prophet's going to see eye to eye. We're going to be one mind. We're going to love each other like hell, man. But if you got that one little sour grape, and who knows why the sour grape is being sour grape? If you have those feelings, you have to check yourself, man. Because if the next brother is doing his all and you feeling like that, Satan got a grip on you, man. I'm going to tell you just like that, man. Satan got a goddamn grip on you. And if you ain't spiritual enough to see it, you are going to be taken by Satan. All right? You can't go out there and do all these videos speaking about Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and you feeling ill towards your brother. The scriptures say you can't say you love Yahweh who you have not seen, and your brother sitting right next to you, and you see him in the flesh, but you feeling some type of way, man. Hey, anything that happened in the past, you let that shit go. I don't know if brothers really got, and yeah, this is towards brothers in GMS. I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit. Hey, sometimes you gotta, get on Jake, man. Put that fire under their ass, man. Alright? Because one thing the scriptures say is, forgive your brother 70 times 70. You're supposed to forget that shit, man. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example of it. I'm gonna read one book. And if Jake don't get in that spirit, the Lord gonna kill your ass, man. Straight up. We fighting the war of the Lord, man. We fighting the war of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. And if you looking sideways or looking towards your brother sideways because you feeling a certain way, you're going to forget the bigger picture at hand. All right? Now, I'm going to read the book of Philemon, but let's see what Philemon actually means. Salakia. One who kisses, right? One who kisses. Let's go to the root. Philo, right? Hey, like Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, right? It says to love, to approve, to like, to sanction, to treat affectionately or kindly, to welcome, befriend, to show signs of love, to kiss, to be fond of doing, to be fond of doing, to be fond of doing. So when brothers come around, you should be fond of it. Paul said his bowels was refreshed, man. So yeah, if you had your damn differences, all right, cool. Differences are differences. We over that shit. We're doing the work of the Lord and we one body. If it's anything else or some weird shit, that's a demon, man. And you got to get over that shit. It says we're supposed to kiss the son, right? How you supposed to kiss the son if you can't even kiss your brother? And I'm talking about heavenly. That spiritual heavenly kiss, man. Of showing your brother affectionate love. We in this war together, man. And if Jake don't get that, if Jake on that, oh, let me be Rambo, hey, well, bye. Fuck out of here, man. Because listen, ain't no Rambos in the body of Hamashiach. We make up one body, man. Different members, different parts, different offices. And if Jake feel like he don't want to deal with a certain brother because this or that happened, guess what? That demon still got a hold on you, man. Let's go into this. Philemon, all right? Paul, a prisoner of Hamashiach, and Timothy, our brother, unto Philemon, our dearly beloved and fellow laborer. That's the point. I don't care if you in Florida, you in California, you in New York, you on fucking Antarctica. If you got this doctrine, you a fellow laborer, and I'm gonna treat you as such. Even if this is my first time seeing you, I'm gonna deal with you just off the doctrine's sake, like how we supposed to deal with each other. Like we ain't never missed a beat, cause that's how spirits are when they connect. Hey, Yahweh Shai said we was with him from the beginning. So them same spirits that was together in the beginning are the same spirits here now. Ain't gonna be no, oh, this or this, and holding on to some bullshit. Because those spirits know, that's the flesh, that's Satan. Hey, we fellow laborers. Fuck that shit. Hey, let's do the work of Yahweh Shai and show this brotherly love, man. It says, into our beloved Apphia and Archippus, our fellow soldier, into the church in thy house. So that's everybody. Grace be unto you and peace from our power and Father, Salakia. From our power, our Father, and Adawan Yahweh Shai Mashiach. So hey, he just blessed everybody in the name of Yahweh Shai. He said, Barakatah, peace be unto you. Don't say that if you feel a certain way to your brother. Don't put a blessing on a brother, but deep down inside you feel another certain way. First of all, we had examples of that shit in Chicago. I don't have to dive into that. But if I see examples starting like that here and now, I'm gonna speak about it, man. We at the end of this shit, and brothers be tweaking, man. Passover coming up. That's one of the most important times to be brotherly. If Yahweh Shai came back right now and seeing how some of you niggas was acting, a lot of you guys would be grass. Hell, I don't even know if my own self would be grass. So I say that with a thin line. I pray to Yahweh Shai that I make it, and I'm a righteous brother. You know? That's the spirit we got to be in, man. Looking out for each other, being there for each other, picking each other up, licking each other battle wounds. Not looking at each other fucking sideways, man. Because you feel a certain way. Because your feelings and your emotions and your flesh got the best of you. And you letting these demons run rampant. Back to this, man. Verse 4. We all need mercy, man. So Jake better get the message. I thank the power, making mention of thee always in my prayer. So if you know what, if you thinking a certain way about a brother, I know for damn sure he ain't in your prayers. And guess what? You're supposed to pray for the elect every day. If you're doing this work, hey, you are elect hopeful to me. So guess what? I'm gonna pray for you until Yahweh Shai say otherwise, and you being a demon, man. Because if you leave out, you was never of us to begin with, man. Hearing of thy love and faith. So if I hear a report and that shit don't sound like love, I'm gonna let you know about it, man. Jake better fix that shit, man. But that ain't even the point of the lesson. The point of the lesson I'm getting to gonna be cold as hell. I believe it's verse 18. I'm gonna show you how much of a man Paul was when it came to a brotherly love. And Paul was a man that put some of the elect to death. But guess what? After a while, he got the picture. So let's see what Paul did in a situation like this, right? Verse 16, that the communication of thy faith may become effectual. Your conduct, man, that your conversation, your communication, all right, of thy faith may become effectual by the acknowledging of every good thing which is in you and Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. So not only doing this work, doing good towards your brother while you can. Listen, I want you brothers to get the picture. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. If your brother passed away fucking tonight, you gonna feel like shit tomorrow. Because, you know, deep down inside, you let that demon get the best of you, and you gonna show that brother the full volume of love that you should have showed him. They tell you brothers a story. The last night I seen my nephew who passed away, you know what I told him? Call the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah. May the Lord bless you, and I love you, And you know what? He kind of let me down in the spirit that day. He ain't answered something right. And I said you should have had more faith. You know, I get you faith. I got on him. At the end of the day, hey, that was just tough love. I love the shit out you, I told him that. And the next day he passed away. He passed away on Shabbat. So I know by experience what type of love you're supposed to show. Because tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And you niggas over there tweaking, you tweaking, man. And I'm going to let you know that it's demons fucking with you, man. And now who, you know, hey, whoever the shoe fits, it fits. Because this ain't how I, want the video to go, but the spirit wants the video to go that way. Because the point of the video is brotherly love, no matter what, no matter how you fucking feel, man. Let me get back into this, because I don't want to really rant. All right? It says, for we have great joy and constellation in thy love, because the bowels of the saints are refreshed by thee, brother. So when I see you, you light up my face. When I see you, light up my life. I called my brother with Tazawanya because I was feeling down the other day. I said, I just wanted to see your face. You ain't have to say shalom or nothing. I just wanted to see your face because I was fucked up in the spirit. A lot of brothers need to carry that spirit around, man. And it fucking hurts me to see certain shit, man. You think Yahweh Shai got up on that cross and died for our sins just for niggas to act unbrotherly? You out your damn mind. Now look at this. It says Paul's plea for Onesimus. I can't really say his name like that, but you brothers get the logistics. Wherefore, though I might be much bold in Mashiach to enjoin thee that which is convenient, yet for love's sakes, listen to this, brothers, yet for love's sakes, I rather beseech thee, being such as one as Paul the aged, I'm old man, and now also a prisoner of Hamashiach. I beseech thee for my son, I'm just calling him Onesimus. Onesimus. I'm going to say Onesimus. Right? Whom I have begotten in my bonds. You know? So Paul dealt with this brother, built him up. You know, they was in bonds together, right? Which in time past, was to thee unprofitable. So, hey, he was unprofitable to thee. But now profitable to thee and to me. Because guess what? Yeah, whatever difference of the discrepancies that brother had, hey, now, this brother, helps us both out in the spirit, financially, physically, whatever it may be. He's beneficial to us. This is the message Paul is trying to convey, all right, into Philemon, right? It's the letter. Whom I have sent again. Thou therefore receive him, that is my own bowels. He said, I'm going to send him again. Hey, receive this brother. I know y'all had problems in the past. Hey, just receive this brother. He's straight now. He in the spirit. Just listen to me. Fuck all that bullshit y'all had. He's profitable for me and you. So check it out. Let's get to it. Whom I have retained with me, that in thy stead he might have ministered unto me in the bonds of the gospel, right? But without thy mind would I do nothing, that thy benefit should not be as it were of necessity, but willingly, man. You got to be doing this thing. Hey, you got to love your brother willfully. All right? You got to do this work willfully, man. Verse 15. For perhaps he therefore departed for a season, that thou shouldst receive him forever. Not now as a servant, but above a servant. A brother beloved, especially to me. Yeah, we are servants one to another, but more importantly, we brothers. All right? We are brothers, man. You better prefer your brother over you, man. It says, especially to me, but how much more to thee, both in flesh and in the Lord. So how much more your carnal flesh and in spirituality, man? This brother is a good benefit. If thou count me therefore a partner, receive him as myself. So if you count me as your partner, you count me as your brother, hey, receive this man. Take my word for it, man. Or I don't give a fuck what y'all been through, man. I'm telling you this by experience. Okay? Because that's what Paul was doing. Verse 18, here's the point. If he have wronged thee or owed thee aught, put that on my account. Paul said, I'll take it. I'll pay for it. Let's read verse 19. I, Paul, have written it with my own hand, and I will repay it. Albeit I do not say that how thou owest unto me, even thy own self besides. Like, hell of a cut, man. Hell of a cut. Listen, you owe me, but I ain't worried about that. Whatever he owe you, I got it. Don't worry about it. If he did you any harm, hey, put that on my account. If he owe you any money, put that on my account. This is Paul being a bigger brother to bring the brotherhood closer together, man. And a lot of you guys don't get the picture. And since you don't get the picture, Passover time coming up, the Lord is going to get rid of a lot of leaven, man. And if you think your ass is safe and dandy and you're around doing this bullshit, we going to see, young fella. We going to see. Verse 20, yea, brother, let me have joy of thee in Adawan, refresh my bowels in the Lord. Having confidence in our obedience, I wrote unto you, knowing that thou wilt also do more than I say. This is the whole story. Listen, I'm writing you this by hand. I'm telling you this. Fuck all that bullshit. Hey, brother coming in town. Hey, move past that. He's beneficial for the truth. He's beneficial for you and me. All right? I know you're going to do, hey, I got confidence that you're going to do much more than I say. I know you're going to take care of the brother, regardless of what happened in your past. All right? But withal, prepare me also a lodging, for I trust that through your prayers I should be given to you. All right? Hey, she said, hey, prepare for me. Matter of fact, let me get that. What's that, verse 22? Let's get that. Let's get that, man. Brothers need to start getting into the spirit more and more. Take the low. Take the low, man. Do it for your brother. More importantly, do it for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the Lord said, when you've done the least unto them, you have done it unto me. Think about that. All right? Think about that, brothers. If you're doing wrong to your brother, you're doing wrong to Yahushai. You looking sideways at your brother because some bullshit. Hey, you looking sideways at Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The eye can't look at the foot. Oh, you the foot. Type of shit is that? The feet need the eyes to know where the hell is walking. The eyes need the feet to get to where the eyes are looking at. So if you see the future, you see Yahweh Shem Yahushai coming back to save the elect, we need each other. It's a frame fitly joint together. That's how the body is, man. Joints, we need the marrow. We need the joints. We need the bones. We need the ligaments. We need the eyebrows, the eyelashes. They play an important part. They keep the bullshit out of the eyes when you sleep. You know, it gets the dust particle. It captures the dust particles. So take that spiritually. This dust is confusion, and guess what? The little eyelashes on our eyes protect the eyes from that. We can't. The eyeball can't overlook the eyelashes. They need each other. Take that into perspective, Akim. But let me get that. This lodging. And you know what? The Spirit told me what it was, man. I just had to make sure. Hospitality, hospitable reception, a lodging place, lodgings. Man, I'm just telling you, brothers, this has been a very spiritual week. I'm just saying it like that. I'm going to say it like that. So Paul said, with all me also a lodging. So listen, through the Spirit, I feel like the Lord's going to let me get out of these bonds, and I'm going to come see you, brothers. My bowels are going to be refreshed. Just set me up a nice place to, to stay, to lay my head, so we could break bread. Show me the hospitality, man. That's the sign of a true brother. Show thyself friendly. Paul just gave you the whole example. The elect will do these things. Elect ain't gonna do nothing else. I know brothers are gonna have their moments where they bump heads. Let not the sun go down on your wrath. Get over that shit. Forgive your brother 70 times 70. And that's it. You can't put a number on that. Put it that way. Yeah, I'm hot. I'm pissed at certain shit. Don't matter, man. Fix that shit, man. Whoever it may be. It's a message to every brother, man. Tomorrow ain't promised to none of us. And like Sirach say, do good unto thy brother before you... I'm gonna get that. Check this out, man. Check this out, man. Sirach 14 and 13. Do good unto thy friend before thou die, and according to thy ability stretch out thy hand and give him. Whether that's spiritual things or carnal things, man, do it. Like I told you, the last thing my nephew, he got built up, he had something wrong. He got built up through the faith. We gave him the right breakdown. All right, we did good to him. All right. Told that brother we loved him before he left. Hey, we lived that scripture. Yeah, it hurt that the brother passed away, but hey, we knew we did everything we did. Hey, that was required of us, man. And that brother gonna be one of the first brothers to be risen from the dead, just like Masha and the elders, that passed away. All right. Let me go back to this. I'm gonna finish out this Philemon. Verse 23. There salute Ephorus, my fellow prisoner, Mashiach Yahushai, Marcus, Eraticus, Demas, Lucas, my fellow laborers, and grace of our Adawan Yahushai Mashiach be with your spirit. Amen. Brothers, we got, hey, pray to be more brotherly. Pray to be more selfless. Not selfish, selfless. Think of the next brother more important. Think of the next brother above you. Put it that way. Put him first, man. I really ain't got nothing to say. Yeah, it started off hot, but the message came across, man. This is how the Spirit wanted, and I only could do what the Spirit told me to do, man. So if any brother out there feel a certain way about his brother, hey, correct that shit. Passover coming up, man. But guess what? Other camps wouldn't make videos like this, man. At all, man. Only the man of the Lord is going to whip themselves to get in order because the Spirit is on them to do it. With that, hey, I pray you brothers was edified. Call Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Kar Kadash. Barakathum to the elect, man. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Once again, salutations to the elect. Bob.
Shalom, call hello, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Basham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect, the house of David. Real briefly, I wanted to do a response to this video. Response, Sakari versus Rap the News debate, in which I checked out some of the debate. This video was uploaded by the beloved elder brother Kazak from Mississippi. His page is Yahweh Shai is coming. Okay. Make sure you subscribe to that brother's page and get edified. And I checked out some of that debate. You know, it was being sent around by particular brothers. And, you know, Rap the News, you know, he's just this guy who popped up out of nowhere. He has 20,000 subscribers. And he himself is a testament to how stupid and ignorant 2/3 of our people are, because when you listen to this guy, he doesn't even believe in the Bible. Okay, anything that you bring out of the Bible, this is why we don't debate clowns like this. Now Sakari, he's about that life. You know, he'll debate you, you know, all put on the Mitri and debate your ass for hours, you know. But ultimately we here at Great Millstone, we don't debate, but hey, that's his lot. That's what he's set up to do. And he was cutting the guy up. You know, he was cutting this guy up. And when you listen to Rap the News, you know, pretty much anything you bring out that cuts the guy, it was either put there by Freemasons or infiltrated, and it's not true. You know, and this guy's bugged out. He doesn't believe in the Bible. All right, he believes ultimately in about 15 to 20% of the Bible. Everything else is Freemason and fake. And you have 1,000 people following this guy. He gets all of these comments of people who don't know what the hell they talk about or what they believe. And what he's pushing is a philosophy of faithfulness. He doesn't have faith in what is written in the Holy Scriptures, and we do. And that's the ultimate bottom line, is that he doesn't have faith in the Scriptures, and we do. Now, there was a while back where he presented these questions, and we answered those questions, but he picked and chose which videos to address, you know, and pretty much just use witchcraft. The dude's a witch. And who the hell is this guy? You know, but at the end of the day, I checked out some of that debate. And I mean, the dude is just absolutely retarded, man. Okay, and he's a testament to how crazy and rebellious 2/3 of our people are. And the people who support him come to your page talking about aliens, and it's just like, bro, at the end of the day, we don't have time for a nigga like this, man. But it's good that this debate happened, so you people can see how fucking stupid this guy is, man. This guy's a complete bug out, man. Like, bug the hell out, man. Okay? Now, I'm gonna go to the scripture real quick, because I'm not gonna take too long on this. This is 2 Timothy 4:3. All right. It says, "For the time will come, okay, where they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables." And this guy believes in fables, man. All sorts of bugged out doctrines and philosophies. You know, we're not gods. It's only the Most High God, you know, and there's nothing. Now, when you get real quick, this is a question that he never answered. I don't know if Sakari brought it up to him. When you get Exodus 23, okay. Now, it's funny, he said, I remember Rap the News bringing this out, Exodus 23 and 13, it says, in all things I have said that you should be, you be circumspect and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. All right, and they use that to say that it's only the Most High. All right, there's no other powers in the heavens. It's just the Most High. He doesn't have an army. He doesn't have a host. You know, nothing. It's just the Most High. And then when you jump down to 23, the Most High said, for mine angel shall go before thee and bring thee into the Amorites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Okay? I started at 20. It said, behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. So who's this angel that the Most High sent, in which his name is in him, that would have dominion over pardoning your transgressions? But if thou shalt obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to thine enemies and an adversary to thine adversaries. So according to the Bible, you are to obey this angel. Okay, and we know who that angel is. But these guys won't break that down. They don't even, and this guy, Rap the News, did a breakdown on Isaiah, the 53rd chapter, and it was absolutely pathetic. First of all, it's 8 minutes. There's no way you could break down the whole Isaiah, the 53rd chapter in 8 minutes, man. And pretty much he just picked and chose little things and just made a mockery of everything else. And see, these guys base their doctrines around the fact that we're wrong. And that's not enough. You can't just have a doctrine based upon that we're wrong. You see, but you got these guys who don't believe in the New Testament. You got these guys that don't believe in that, Torah-based, this, that. But then they'll make all these videos, and their basis is that we're wrong. And pretty much everyone rallies around them to say, well, yeah, they're wrong, they're wrong. But then when you finally corner these guys into breaking down what they believe in, you find out how crazy and bugged out these dudes are, man. And the scriptures say your eyes shall see your teachers. This guy just pops up, all right, and with a page, has all these followers, and you don't know who the hell he is. Okay, for all we know, this dude could have one side of his head shaved off with the other side pink mohawk. We don't know who the hell this bug out is. He sounds crazy and retarded as hell, man. And we're not gonna spare this guy. This dude's retarded as hell, man. When you listen to the dude is not all the way there. Yeah, you know, nobody, the Most High ain't dealing with that guy, man. But that debate with him and Sakari proved everything we already knew. The dude is through. You know? Now, I'm not going to act like Alazar wasn't bringing out good points. You know, we don't agree on everything, but he was bringing out, I mean, he was cutting the dude up. He defended the gospel, man. You know, and this dude, Rap the News, is a complete bug out, man. Okay? And that's just proof that all you have to do is just, all right, rebel against the prophets, and Israel will just follow you, man. They don't give a damn who you are, what you're really about. If you come in with a message that you know, as the scriptures say, they have itching ears, then they're all for it, man. Micah 2, all right, in 11, if a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine, and that's what this guy's prophesying to you, a complete wine. Basically, anything we go to that cuts his doctrine, it was placed there. How could you argue a debate with a guy like that? Anything you put, all right, bring out that cuts him, that was already, the Illuminati put that there. That was placed there by some goddamn alien somewhere. Alien eat chili Fritos put that there. That's, you know, just a bug out, man. You can't deal with a guy like that, man. That's why we do. That's why we don't debate him. But hey, the Spirit set it up to where they had that debate, and it is what it is, man. But clearly you see, and then the dude Rap the News goes back and makes a video and just acts like he wasn't destroyed. And people are on the comment board, you got him, Rap. You know, and what the hell is a rap the news, man? So if a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink, he shall even be the prophet of this people. Israel wants to hear some bullshit. They are hard on. Israel don't want to hear the truth of the Bible. Here it is. This nigga you believe in the Bible, right? But this nigga pops up telling you only 16.8% of it is true, and you rally behind this nigga. Let's look at how many followers Rap the News has, man. Let's go to Rap the News. Nobody wanted to debate. 20K subscribers, man. Okay? 20K subscribers, man. And and these guys just make videos about everybody else. And this video right here, brothers, check this out. This is absolutely pathetic. He's because you see these guys, they go around and they wear these camps are wrong, and the camps are one way. But then somebody asked him to break down Isaiah 53, because you notice these guys never break the scriptures down like that. They just go and say, well, we're wrong, and play on Israel's emotions, because Israel is looking for a reason for the truth not to be the truth. Israel don't want to get out of here. Israel just wants to argue back and forth and have these platforms and these keyboards. As long as a nigga got a keyboard and some alkaline water or some chicken, he good. He good. He's not looking for the kingdom. He's just looking to argue and and prove the prophets wrong. Esau's cool though. None of these niggas got a problem with the so-called white man. He's good. And then Rap the News throws it out there that the so-called white man ain't the Edomite. You see that? All of these confused, bugged out doctors pop up, and the white man's never Esau. Either this dude is a plant and he bought all of these subscribers, or who knows. But at the end of the day, it's going to be more people following the lie than that follow the truth. But when you watch this video, I mean, people on the comment board, yeah, somebody said this is the worst breakdown in the history. I don't even know where to start. And that's true, man. And this is not an explanation. You see, bravo, my brother. Christianity, you see, but this is all witchcraft, man. At the end of the day, this is all witchcraft. This dude is bugged the hell out. I'm not fit to sit here and go back and forth with this guy. He's retarded. He's through. And the Most High is going to destroy all of you niggas who are following him, man. Straight up. And this is the message from the prophets of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. All of you are going to die, be destroyed, unless you repent, man. That's all I got for Rap the News, retarded ass. We on to the next, man. We on to prophesying the downfall of this place, because it's happening. All right, and edifying our people. Shalom.
All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakhakodash. Also want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all you fellow laborers that are kicking this word in sincerity and in faith. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Harakhakodash, Barakathum, to all you sincere listeners. Yeah, so I want to go into a lesson based off the fact that you don't control nothing, man. Everything is a movie. And the sooner that you accept that, the better your life is going to get. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 23. Oh, Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. That's right, man. It's not in man that directeth his steps. Because, let me get this in Proverbs. This is the most spiritual day I've ever had. And tomorrow's going to be a new high, you see? It's only getting better from here. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How could a man then understand his own way? That's right, because you'll be put in situations you don't even understand why you're in that situation. That's because it's to the greater good of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It's all his movie, man. I believe Shakespeare, he said, matter of fact, let me look up that quote. The world is a stage and we are just actors. I don't want to misquote it though. Bear with me. Now I'm on the road, obviously. Yep. The world is a stage. let's see what this says. All the world's a stage is the phrase that begins a monologue from William Shakespeare's pastoral comedy, As You Like It, spoken by the melancholy Jacques in Acts 2, scene 7, line 138. You see? Let me go read a little bit more about this. Right, all the world's a stage is the phrase, which I just read. The speech compares the world to a stage. Hey man, there's all types of spirits getting stirred up right now, because it was like I'm on a way. Well, I'm actually already in the Keys, but I'm going to the southernmost part of America, and there's all types of spirits getting stirred up ever since I started the video. You know, the speech compares the world to a stage and life to a play, and catalogs the 7 stages of a man's life, sometimes referred to as the 7 ages of man: infant, schoolboy, lover, soldier, justice, pantalone, and old age. Which, let's look up this word, pantalone. Is one of the most important principal characters found in Commedia dell'arte. With his exceptional greed and status at the top of the social order, Pantalone is money in the commedia world. Okay, yeah. His full name, including family name, is Pantalone dei Bisogni, Italian for Pantalone of the needy. Right, so that's spiritual though. Alright, I never knew this. I just looked this up in the spirit, you know. And it said what? The 7 stages of a man's life, which 7 represents completion. And that's why the last stage is what? Old age, before you give up the ghost. And that's all spiritual. You can't do nothing against Yahweh Shem Shah. Whatever he wants to manifest on the earth is going to happen. That's why you just pray that he's directing your steps right. That's the only thing that you can do. Excuse me. Let me go ahead and bring that up. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3. Come on with it. All right. Yeah, look, cars popping out of nowhere. This is a spiritual thing though. Cops all around. Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. That's right. So he's going to direct your path in righteousness. Okay? Because either way, your paths are being directed. If you're on the right side of Yahweh Shem Shah, you're going to be asking him to direct your ways. And guess what? He's going to direct you in the right way. Yet the majority of these people, man, they're directed on the left-hand side. Look, cops everywhere. This is beautiful, man. Because for a while, I ain't see no people. Now I see a gang of people just everywhere. Cops everywhere, cars, you see? That's all spiritual, though. This is the book of Job. The Wadi al-Bashim al-Shah. This is the book of Job, chapter 33. And excuse me if I'm putting my hand over the speaker. I think I do that a lot. You know, I'll try to get better at not doing that and place my hand in another position. Job 33 and 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth it not. That's right, because the Lord will actually deal with you, man. He'll actually come to you and it's going to explain. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction. That's right. So you're sealed with your instruction when you're in the spiritual world, when you're resting. Which I don't like saying sleep. When you're resting, that's when the Most High really puts in your mind what you're going to do for the next day. That's why you can't boast of the next day. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and grab that in the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. That's right. You don't even know what's going to happen the next day, because you're ultimately programmed by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, because all things you give honor to the Heavenly Father in the name of His Son. So you're actually programmed. The way that you dress, the way that you brush your teeth, like everything in your day is programmed by the Heavenly Father. He seals your instruction the night before. And that's very humbling, you know? Because you don't control nothing, man. All you can do is pray that Yahweh Shem Shai keep you in his good graces. You feel me? And that's it. Hey, because now I want to get into the testimonial of my day, man. I've had a super spiritual day. So, and I'm going to try to make this short. I'm going to try to make it as succinct as possible. So I broke my phone, and I was supposed to actually go to a funeral earlier, which is why I'm on the way right now. This is pretty much like my grandmother on my dad's side. And the Spirit had it. The only funeral I went to is my grandma's on my mom's side. And the Spirit had it. My grandma loved my dad. My grandma really loves my dad more than she loves her own daughter. It's very spiritual, because I believe they're actually from the same stock. And my grandmother, she always had favor upon me, and everybody saw it. I'm like the favorite, right, in the family. So I went to her funeral, and then I went and I did the work right after, because she was buried in Long Beach, and I went to go do the work with them brothers in LA. And if I'm not mistaken, it might be the day that we ran into Scott Steiner. It might have been that day or the week or a couple of weeks before that, but it was around that time, going back to 2014. So now I was supposed to go to the funeral of my other grandmother, you see, on my dad's side, because she's not actually my grandmother yet. In application to my dad, she's a grandma. You see what I'm saying? Because my dad's parents died when he was very young, when he was, I believe, 12 and 13. So she was in the stead of his mother, my grandmother. So I'm supposed to go down here, yet the Spirit had it. Man, my phone broke, and I done dropped my phone a gang of times. It ain't never did nothing like that. The screen bugged out. It was all green, and you know, you brothers who have been through it, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, man, what the? All right, whatever. Let me go get it fixed so I can shoot down to the Keys. So I'm trying to find a spot. I run into one dude. I run into one dude. He's cool, and everybody I run into is cool. Then I run into another dude. He's cool. I run to another good dude, he's cool, but they're telling me, look, you got to go to the Verizon like main store. So before I go to that, because I don't know where it's at, because I can't search it on my phone because my phone is all messed up. Spirit has it, I go to one repair shop, and they're Edomites. They're so-called Latinos, but they're straight up devils, you know. And I go to another shop, right, like around the corner, and they're so-called Latinos, and I recognize that in the Spirit. And I recognized, I was like, hey, bro, you Boricua, huh? Like, he was an Ephraimite brother, right? Right next to him, it was an old couple from the Netherlands. Yet they looked like so-called white people, yet they were Israelites. And you know, I'm rapping with them. And the one brother, he's old, he's 73. He said, I said, hey, you're a black man. He said, yeah, inside. He said, it's taken me 73 years to hear that, and I'm finally hearing that. Thank you, you know. And his woman was coming against me, but she got won over, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the end, and they said they was married for like 41 years. We were talking about Coraco, Suriname, because the Dutch they colonized Suriname, and there's a camp in Suriname. Them brothers is out there, and I believe they be bringing it out in Dutch and English. You see? So me and him are talking, and then we start talking about Hatui. Hatui comes up again, and then the whole store just starts saying Hatui, 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 you know, or Hatu, which I say Hatui, I believe it's Hatuya, through the Spirit, you know. I don't have any evidence. That's just the Spirit is telling me that's what his name really means, or that's how it was really pronounced, Hatuya. And so that brother, he ends up, because he couldn't get my phone fixed, and I told him, I was like, man, I got to go down to the Keys to see my dad and my family, you know, because I'm like, man, I don't want my dad to be mad and whoop 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 whoop. And he's like, bro, I can't even get it for you right now, but look, I'm gonna order you a Uber, and you can go and get it fixed. So in an Uber, dude had like I knew him, and then he said he was Cuban, but I said, hey man, you a Spaniard? And then he ended up saying like that his great granddad was from the Canary Islands. And he was like, man, how you know that? You know, and he's like, what religion are you? I was like, man, I ain't got no religion. You know, he's just inquiring. And I said, Cristiano, he brought up Ronaldo because he had on a Portuguese jersey. And I said, Ronaldo es a negro. And he said, yeah, you could tell his skin and his hair. So that's all spiritual. Because Cristiano Ronaldo, he's an Israelite, which he's like considered the best, if not one of the best soccer players. And the dude, he was like, yeah, he's a Jake pretty much. But the dude, I was like, you too, you know. And then we started going into like, pretty much, he started bringing out scriptures, and I was telling him what it was, and this is all in the Uber. And then I get inside, you know, to get the new phone, and it turns out that I had like an upgrade. So I just got like a brand new phone, an upgrade, and then the dude, he was dead on from my woman's side of the family. Like he had that same spirit, but he was a so-called Cuban. And me and him was rapping, and he showed me nothing but the utmost respect, you know. He was real cool. And then we started talking about Hatui, you know. And then I come back because, mind you, I don't have my car. I got a rental car right now. I don't have my car. And the lady who picked me up, she was a Cubana, and me and her were rapping. And then we went to the hood. I think it's called Overtown, if I'm not mistaken. That's the Judite hood. Picked up a so-called white woman, and you know, me and her start rapping afterwards. Turns out that she's a Sicilian, you see. And so me and her, we started rapping, and then I pretty much just called it. I was like, what, are you Italian? She's like, yeah. I was like, you Sicilian? She said, yeah. I was like, okay, that makes sense, because we picked her up in the hood, you feel me, like right in the Judah, like right in the hood, which hey, the brothers who got out of that in the Miami camp, hey, may Allah Shah continue to bless you, man, because that's like one of the grimiest hoods I'd never seen in my life. I went to go to the soul food spot, and then I did a little driving. You know, I wanted to see the neighborhood or whatever. That shit looked hella grimy. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful I never lived in nothing like that. You know, I lived in HUD houses and, you know, low income housing and whatever. Yet I never lived in like no straight projects. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a rough zone to get out of, man. So we picked her up, and then me and her started rapping, and we were talking about stuff, and it was all love. And she said the same thing. I was like, hey, look, my day is just getting better and better. And she said the same thing. And I said, you know what? That's all spiritual. And then I got back up, and like I said, this is before I even got to my car. So I'm rolling up. Sorry, I hate to speak so much. It's just so much. I just want to share it, and if I'm going off, curse me out on a comment board, It's just something I want to share through the spirit. So then I'm rolling back up to my car. Actually, I'm looking before, because I don't even know where my car is at, because I don't know Miami. You feel me? Like, I'm not from out here. So I gave her the address to my hotel, but then I tell her, hey, look, let's just go kind of close, because the spot where I parked is close to the hotel where I was staying at. It's downtown. And then something hit me. I was like, nah, get off here. Get out here. I was like, nah, this is good. Like a particular street. After we drop off the Sicilian chick. And sure enough, as I'm rolling up, a car's getting towed. And you know what? I parked there initially, but then the spot opened up behind me. So then I skirted into that spot. And then like that car was already done. And then they started to pick up the second one. And I was the third. You see what I'm saying? The tow truck. They was about to tow my shit. So, and then the dude was like, man, you right on time. I said, yeah, man, that's the spirit. So then, I gave praises to Yahweh Shemiah Shah. I said what's up to him, because he was cool. He reminded me of a brother in the faith. You feel me? He had a real cool spirit. And then I rolled back up on the Ephraimite brother, and I told him that I see him soon, So getting back to the scriptures, Proverbs 27:1, boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. That's right. You don't even know what's going to happen. That's why you just got to pray that Yahweh direct your steps, man. That's why you got to pray to Yahweh Shemiah Shah and ask him to direct your steps, man, because them dudes, they was through. I didn't see their face yet. When you get your car towed like that, man, that's a lot of money. And it wasn't like no cars where you could be like, yeah, they got a lot of disposable income. Shit like that knock a lot of people out the game. And it's like a domino effect. Yet, hey, the Lord had mercy on me. Because like I said, he had already had one. He was and as I walked up, he got the second one. And then he was about to get my car. And I initially parked in that first one. Yet, that spot opened up. So that was all spiritual. They gave me a ticket for I don't know what. I ain't even looked at it. It was only like, all I looked at was the price. It was like $20. It wasn't nothing serious. You feel me? But that's just That's just how the spirit go. All right. All right. So this is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 13. Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow. Right, going back to Proverbs the 27th chapter, because the disciples, they were drawing from the Old Testament. They weren't just pulling shit out their ass, so to speak. Excuse my language. You know, they were hearkening back to their forefathers, which, through the Spirit, they was writing those prophecies back over 25, 26, 2700 years ago. Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Amos, they came back on the earth because everything is reincarnated. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanish away. That's right, man, because the Lord can just call your number at any time. That's why you just pray that he keep the spirit in you. And don't pray for death, all right? Pray for life. Pray for life. For that you ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. That's right, man. If it be the Lord's will, man, we gonna make this work or this work or this work. And if it be the Lord's will, we're gonna continue to endure unto the end. All right, because that's how we're programmed. Just like the majority of the people on the earth that are programmed to do evil, we're programmed to do good. All right, so that's it. I pray it was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. I apologize for the, for the background. I'm in the car. It's hot in here. All right, shalom to the elect.
All right, I believe I'm on. All right, shalom. First off, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Harakakadash. I also want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and honors to all you fellow laborers that are kicking this word in sincerity and in faith. Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Harakakadash, Barakathum, to all you sincere listeners. All right, so the name of this lesson is International Women's Day Will Not End the Suffering of Women. And Salakia for the music, because I got it on like as low as possible, but it just keep turning up. So, it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna play this video, a few other videos. I'm gonna read up a little bit on International Women's Day, hit some precepts, and I pray it's edifying. All right.
After that deadly rampage at a Florida bank tonight, we have now learned that all 5 victims were women. One of them, a mother of 7. And tonight, what the gunman's former girlfriend has now revealed. ABC's chief national affairs correspondent Tom Yamas is in Sebring, Florida tonight.
Today, 21-year-old Zephin Zaver facing a judge and charged with 5 counts of premeditated homicide murder. Police say the alleged shooter walked into the SunTrust Bank with a bulletproof vest and a 9mm handgun, forcing the 4 employees and loan customer to the ground, shooting them execution style. All 5 victims were women. Just moments before the shooting began, 75-year-old Victor Sparks tried entering the bank, but the doors had already been locked by the alleged gunman.
I was so thankful for the fast response. And I would say probably in 3 minutes there were 8 police cars there.
Police then ramming the entrance when Zaver refused to surrender.
At that point, were you under the assumption the victims may still be alive?
We hope the victims were alive.
But it was too late. And now a young woman who says she's the shooter's ex-girlfriend says she warned people about his alleged desire to kill.
Talking about guns and wanting guns, and he wants to hurt people physically.
Tonight.
Yeah, that's a malicious soul right there. All right, Esau. And really, he's a death angel that was risen up against you women. Matter of fact, let me bring that out real quick. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. That's right. So he was a spirit created for vengeance. Upon who? You women. Okay? Because you women, you walk in haughtiness and pride in the society. And that's because the Red Hebrew Edomite, he gives you license to sin. All right, because the Most High don't give you license to sin. Matter of fact, let me bring that out in the book of Sirach. Sirach 15 and 20. He have commanded no man to do wickedly, neither have he given any man license to sin. Yeah, yet the Red Hebrew Edomite does. And he's really setting these women up for failure, because these women, they're exalted in societies, the queen of heaven worship, yet when they had them children and then the dude bounced because she's too much of a demon to deal with, then a whole host of reality hits her. Yet these women, they don't humble down and say, you know what, maybe it's me. It's always the guy's fault. You meet a woman, she's always talking about all the things that her ex-boyfriend did wrong to her. But what about you? And 9 times out of 10, it'd be these women, because they're raised to be haughty and rebellious in the society, because women are supposed to be in subjection. And we love women, and women love us. Because you think that, all right, we're just doing these videos because we're disgruntled at women and we're getting dissed. It's actually the contrary. Our women be into us, yet a lot of times these women, they bug out because the spirit that's within them, it isn't right. And they know that they're going to get discovered, you know? That's why they like these, what the world calls simps and cucks, because they can get over on them. They understand the vibration of a man of Yahweh Shem Shai. Even if they don't know that you're a servant of the Lord, they know that there's something different. And so that's why a lot of these women, they'll really be into you, but they'll just be taken aback, and it'll be too much. They get overwhelmed. And again, these women, they have a lot of pride in them. And we tell women to humble down and listen to your man, as the scriptures say. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get it. We're actually trying to help you women, man. Yet we know that the majority of these women aren't going to take heed, because really a woman is supposed to be instructed by her man. That's why, pertaining to Proverbs the 8th chapter, it says, unto you men, the sons of men I call. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick, and then I'll jump back. Salakia, bear with me. Proverbs 8:4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. That's right. Yet there's a lot of single women. So the Spirit may have brothers who do lessons on this. You know, I'm talking about the destruction of you women. And just for truth's sake, there's women that are going to be delivered. So you women that are going to be delivered, what are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be in subjection to your man, as saith the law. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. Yeah, that's why women have birth pains. And there's nothing the red Hebrew Edomite can do to take that away from these women, because that's a curse from Yahweh himself. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Yeah, and the kingdom is not going to be like that. Because really, you bringing children into the world, that's a beautiful thing. That's you fulfilling what the Heavenly Father wanted and being fruitful. The Heavenly Father and the angels, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the angels. That's really fulfilling what they desired of you, and being fruitful and multiply. Yet, in this setup, in sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. You see? And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Yeah, that's right, because women need to be ruled over. And this whole International Women's Day is about having women separate from their man, turn them into lesbians, and pretty much just complete demons. All right, so I'm going to read a little bit of this. After the Socialist Party of America organized a Women's Day on February 28, 1909 in New York, the 1910 International Socialist Women's Conference suggested a Women's Day be held annually. After women gained suffrage in Soviet Russia in 1917, March 8th became a national holiday there. Yeah, and who was this ran by? Let me go down. Where's she at? Yeah, the Bolsheviks, which those were red Hebrew Edomites, calling themselves Jews. All right. Amalekites. The earliest Women's Day observance, called National Women's Day, was held on February 28, 1909 in New York, organized by the Socialist Party of America. You see, so this is a socialist thing. All you women, you talk about how much you love democracy and capitalism. Well, this is organized by socialists, communist socialists, at the suggestion of Teresa Malkiel. Now let's read up about her. Okay, she was a Russian-born American labor activist, suffragist, and educator. She was the first woman to rise from factory work to leadership in the Socialist Party. Now, what was her ethnicity? They try to be slick and not mention it here. Yet, they slipped up. She married attorney and fellow socialist Leon A. Malkiel in 1900 and moved to Yonkers. She gave birth to a daughter, Henrietta. Now, Henrietta Malkiel was born in New York in 1901, the only child of political activists Leon and Teresa Malka. Her parents were Russian Jewish immigrants and founded the New York Daily Call a socialist newspaper. You see? So it was them so-called Jews, them red Hebrew Edomites that called themselves Amalekites. They came up with this, man. And all the red Hebrew Edomite does, in particular, the red Hebrew Edomite that calls himself a Jew, is just spread confusion and disorder. Yet ultimately, women being on top of men, that's a curse from the Heavenly Father. All right, upon us. All right, first and foremost, the Israelite man, our woman, because it's primarily you Israelite woman, because the red Hebrew Edomite woman, if she's a feminist, she's really all about Jake, and she'll do whatever you want. Because I didn't dealt with so-called high-level activist red Hebrew Edomite women. They're all about just worshiping Jake. That stuff's for them. That's really to get away from their man. Yet our women have internalized that, and you're all about just ruling over us. Yet that's coming to an end. This is Jeremiah 31:22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Yeah, and you got a lot of men that complain about that. Oh, and up in like the Tampa area, I saw a sign and it said men's rights lawyer. And because men be getting jerked left and right in this society. You see? Let me play a little bit more about the humbling of these women. Because you women, you're getting your base right now. And the Spirit had a lot of us brothers, starting with the apostles, say that this is going to be a rough year for women. And sure enough, all this is coming out about the hell that you women are catching. Oh, one of my Lyft drivers, she was a so-called Asian woman. I believe she was Hmong. She said she was working 80 to 85 hours a week because it was hard times, man. Yeah, bad times, hard times, USA for you women. Yeah, because you women aren't supposed to be working outside the home. You're supposed to be working within the home. And this so-called Jew, red Hebrew Edomite, he was talking about I believe his mother or his grandmother, and how she said she has more power within the household. All right, because she has rule over her children. When these women they go and they work for Esau, man, they be getting discriminated against, they be getting gang raped, all types of stuff, man. Wolf of Wall Street tell you that. So you women, you pretty much got tricked by the serpent. All right, he got you again. See? Yeah, so you women, you pretty much got duped. And there's been men telling you for years. And so now it's time for you to pay up. This is Isaiah 32:2. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, that's right, man. A man of the Lord, okay? A man of Yahweh Shemiah Shah is going to be as a hiding place from the wind. The wind, that's pertaining to Jeremiah, I believe that's the 51st chapter. That symbolizes the destruction which is coming upon this place. And you can clearly see it, and these women see it. Yet they still have that pride in them, you know? It's real hard for women to humble down because they've been taught to be super proud in this society. So that's why the majority of the women here in America, they're just going to perish. Yeah, and if the woman separates from the man because of irreconcilable differences, you gotta, according to is that Romans the 7th chapter, you gotta stay by yourself. All right. This is Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. That's right. So you're supposed to give ear unto the speech of Yahweh Bashem Shai as instructed to you by your man, by a man, if you don't have a man. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. Yeah, these women are very careless. And they don't consider that they're going to be judged for their actions. Because Esau tells you that you're only going to get judged for breaking his law. You're not considering that you're going to be judged for going against the laws of Yahweh Bashem Shai and really coming up against your man. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, that's talking about your job. All right, the welfare, the different subsidies that you receive from the government. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless one. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, because these women are all about looking sexy. Oh, I was walking earlier. I believe there were some brasileiros, and two looked like they were more Portuguese, and one was like a straight up Jake. And then the chick, she had her ass cheeks out, and then she like felt me coming, and then she tried to pull her shorts down, you know, to cover her ass cheeks. She's gonna be made bare. You know? Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Yeah, and she started to kind of bug out. She was at ease, she was with them too. And then I came around and something in her spirit was, oh man, let me cover up, you know? Because you women, you know that you're not supposed to dress like that. You know you wouldn't dress like that in front of your father, your grandfather. Yet this damn devil has given you liberty to gad abroad. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Yeah, because a woman is supposed to be in the house. All right, Sirach, I'm sorry, I believe it's the 25th chapter. Sirach 25 and 25. I'll start at 24 actually. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Yeah, and that's going back to Eve. And the prophets were always cursing out Adam because of what? Taking heed to Eve. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. Yeah, a woman is supposed to have liberty to gad abroad. A wicked woman just being out and about, because she just makes poor decisions, and that leads to the destruction of our nation. Because now you have children by men that you don't even know. Hey, because a man's gonna be all right. What's up? And then a man, a lot of times he'll try to deal with you, but then you'll bug out. All right, he might have another woman, another couple of women. You know, he might not be so what you can deem in your mind husband material, like a guy that you would bring home, yet you'll still let him hit. Just pure madness and confusion. So that's why you're not supposed to be gadding abroad like that. All right, back in Isaiah, the 32nd chapter. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. I'm in the 11th verse. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. That's right. And he's, well, it said that. They shall lament, and that's what this video is about. Lamentation of woman. Okay? All right, so point made, I pray. And I pray this was edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Harachakodash. Yeah, you women that can, you know, get right as much as you can, and do whatever your man tells you. Shalom to the elect.
Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a major report to share with you, and that is this. I'm going to be bringing on Dave Hodges with the Common Sense Show because he came across some very critical information about the food supply. So I want to bring him on to talk about it directly. So Dave, are you with me over there?
I am with you, and it's great to be with you, Lisa. I always enjoy coming on your show, and yeah, we got an important item to unpack here.
Absolutely. Now tell me what is happening with the food supply. Let's just get straight into it. What's going on?
Well, there's a lot of division that's going on with food. Let's start at the base level that's non-controversial. Farmers, small farmers, are being driven out of business by unholy banking practices that favor the corporate farms. Federal regulations favor the corporate farms, and farmers are being driven out. In fact, the #1 state for people leaving the state is Kansas, and it's over this farm issue. The family farms are failing across America, and it's by design. And they want to put the control of food under the corporate farms, i.e. deep state, globalists, New World Order. And they'll do so, if you know your history, to do so would be to, let's say, use food as a weapon. That's where this is headed on that level. And that's the easiest to prove in its sheer numbers. The second thing that we're looking at here is the notion of our food supply being imperiled. And this, my knowledge of this started, maybe 3 weeks ago, when I was contacted by Paul Martin from Northern Colorado, good friend, good source of information, and Paul Martin absolutely alerted me to something, Lise, that was just incredible. There's a CDC facility in Northern Colorado that was being overrun with military when there's no traffic, and it's on Highway 14, and I've had locals confirm this. And as we dug deeper into it, they were highly concerned about CWD, which is a mad cow disease that's infected deer and elk, and it's made its way into 26 states. And there's now pretty good evidence that the deer communicates the disease to itself. It's communicable among deer, but it also is jumping to humans. We've had confirmed cases. They've had confirmed cases of this in Britain as well, 150 cases in the last 15 years. And what they have done is they have linked it into this particular pathogen. And as a consequence, this stuff is deadly. It actually causes what they call fatal familial insomnia. It keeps the sufferer awake for 6 to 18 months until they die. There's no cure. There's no treatment. And now they're looking at the fact that this disease can spread from deer to other animals like the elk, like to humans. And now they're working on this part. Can it go from human to human? I've already been told by someone who's in a deep cover position in an intelligence agency in the government, it can, and they know it. And the public doesn't know that yet, but it is true. And this is the wiping out of our food supply. So we're looking at food being attacked on a corporate level to eliminate private farms, to put the food in the hands of the globalists so they can use it as a weapon. And then they're also looking at the infestation of our food. And Lisa, there's yet a third one. There's a third attack going on. It's called weather wars. Weather modification, and this is being done by the deep state, and the Democrats, top levels are assisting. They're changing weather patterns, so our growing seasons are starting later each year. We're having these record snowfalls that's wrecking crop yield. In fact, the crop yield wrecking is going on all across the planet, but particularly in this country. It's happening in our breadbasket in the Midwest. It's happening through all farm growing areas like the Central Valley in California, where we get the world's largest supply of nuts and fruits. Lisa, this is crazy, but it's true. All of these factors weave together when you connect the dots to say one thing. The globalists are destroying our ability to be self-sufficient with food. The globalists are enhancing their ability to control existing food supplies so they can manipulate us.
I have to agree with a lot of that. There is a lot that's going on. I know right now a lot of our farmers here domestically are going bankrupt. That's one thing that we could add to it. And second, we could probably even ask the add to it the cross-pollination. We have Monsanto who's building these, right next to other farms, his modified food factories, if you will, that are cross-planting over onto these organic farmers, causing them to have lawsuits from Monsanto. So it's evident that they want to take over the food supply. This was evident by the Kissinger report, which I've brought up lots of times, is NSM 200. And in the Kissinger report, Kissinger actually entertains the idea of using food as a weapon. You're number one on the list here. Now, obviously, you can't implement it during the Kissinger years. There's not enough time. It takes a good 100 years sometimes for some of these agendas to come to fruition. And I think these are one of the agendas of the globalists, because he who controls the food supply controls what's happening in the world. Because you got to go hungry, you got to eat, right?
You're exactly right. And this is what we're saying. I'm sitting here talking to an intelligence agent, and I'm telling him, hey, I'm finding this, and that. And he said, you're on the money, Dave. He said, do you know about this? And this is when he talked to me about the changing of the growing seasons and how it's weather wars and weather modification. And I said, well, who's doing this to us? Is it the Russians, the Chinese? He says, no, we're doing it to ourselves. He goes, it's the deep state, it's the Democrats. He said, they're trying to break this country down into pieces so they can pick up the pieces and remodel the country in their own image.
And I fear that image is similar to that of communist China, because yes. China did the same thing with the farmers. They started kicking the farmers off their land, building these ghost cities. I encourage everyone Google that because it's some interesting stuff. But kicking the farmers off their land, forcing them inner city so that the government can control the food supply. And our food supply, once it's controlled by some kind of entity within the government or whoever it may be, or Monsanto organization, this isn't healthy food I'm talking about getting in the future. This is your GMO Monsanto style food that could have a lot of serious health repercussions on us in the future. But I think you're definitely on to something, the food impairment that goes with your GMOs. And speaking of the weather warfare, I've done lots of topics on this. A lot of people like to say that that's a conspiracy theory. And you and I and a lot of listeners know that is just not true. I mean, they have organizations right now that offer cloud seeding to the public. This is terrifying technology. You don't know what happens when we mess with the weather. But definitely they can start withholding, can they not, or can they start withholding rain if they want in areas to prevent certain parts of the food supply?
All you have to do is move the jet stream. That technology has been out there since the 90s. Nick Begich on his website has published the patents. He put it in his book called Angels Don't Play This Harp. It is extremely well documented. So the answer to your question is been proven for almost 30 years now that can be done. I grew up in Colorado where they seeded clouds to increase the snow season for the ski resorts so they could make more money. And that was in the late 60s and early 70s when I was a kid. This technology has been around forever, absolutely. But the other thing, you said something here that I wanted to comment on here, and I made myself a note here. Oh, yes, you talked about the ghost cities in China. We are preparing to parallel this. And you talked about taking the peasants at gunpoint, off of their land and putting them in these ghost cities and forcing them into manufacturing jobs in highly concentrated, populated areas. We're doing the same thing. We're going to force the farmers off the land. But listen to this, Lisa. We have a situation where we are going to herd people into stack and pack cities into 11 or 12 regions. And this is all covered on a website called America2050.org. Bob Kugler, and this guy was an advisor to the president. He also was President Obama's advisor, but he was also on President Obama's Chicago team, and he was the first man that got him started in being a community activist. They have a long, rich history together, and Obama started to implement some of his plans. Tax money go to the inner city, but not to the suburbs. Higher tax rates fuel-wise in places like Minneapolis and the inner cities, and tax the heck out of the people in the suburbs to encourage flight into highly densely populated areas. So we're preparing to do the same thing the Chinese did with the ghost cities.
100%. Not to mention, based off that same website you referenced, America2050.org, they've got that high-speed rail system that they're talking about putting in these 11 mega regions. And it just so happens the rails that they're putting now in California line up with the agenda on that particular 2050.org map. So 100%, they're mimicking some of the stuff we've seen in communist countries here in America, and they're using the lie of overpopulation, saying we're overpopulated, we need to move everybody into megacities. No, that doesn't even make sense to me. Why? I guess let me ask you this: why do they? Well, I know the answer, but I want to hear your response. Why are they wanting us all in these megacities?
Stack and pack to take away our energy, to enforce their Agenda 2030 policies, but also, too, there are no outliers. If you're going to go through systematic, let's back up. Let me tell this quick story. When I interviewed Larry Grathwohl, who was an FBI special informant who invaded the Bill Ayers Weatherman Underground, and Bill Ayers was the man, he and his father launched Obama's political career from their Hyde Park, Chicago home. And when Larry had asked Bill Ayers, and Bill Ayers didn't know he was FBI, He said, what are you going to do, Bill, when you win and the communists take over? And he said, we're going to have to put we're going to have to put 50 million Americans into re-education camps, and we'll have to do away with, meaning murder, over 25 million of them. Now, he said this to an FBI special agent who repeated that in several interviews with myself, the Hagmans, and so forth. And Bill Ayers still remains a friend of Obama today, visited the White House many times when he was in office. And this is the philosophy. When you herd people together, you can control them. You control the temperature of their rooms. You control what they watch. You can listen to everything they say. I mean, God knows the surveillance that's going to be unleashed in these cities. And you can create a very effective naughty and nice list, and you can do exactly what Bill Ayers said was going to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bill Ayers is teaching in our colleges today, unfortunately. So
a felon who was responsible for the death of a San Francisco police officer is out lecturing in colleges.
It's horrible. Sick world that we live in. I guess, Dave, do you have any final thoughts that you want to share? And then share your website information if people want to follow you, how they can do that too.
Sure, I appreciate that. Well, the thing I would leave people with is you have a choice, America. You can sit back and you can just choose to let your butt get kicked. Me, you're going to come and try to beat me up, you're going to get a fight. And this is what I'm doing, and I hope people will join the fight with me. We have the Lord on our side. But the Lord, I think, has turned his back on our nation because of our genocide against our infants with infanticide, killing babies on the first day of birth now, euthanasia of the elderly in places like Portland and Milwaukee. The Lord has turned his back on us. Individual salvation is possible, but if we want the Lord to step forward and defeat these satanic forces that are behind this, and globalism is akin, it's equivalent to Satanism, then we need to repent, change our ways, and seek the guidance of the Lord. That is what I would leave people with. As far as contacting me and following me, the CommonSenseShow.com website is our mainstay. It's our flagship operation. We broadcast on Global Star Radio Network. We also are on Megaphone, which you can access through our website. We're opening up a new website on March 15th. And we have our YouTube channel by the same name, The Common Sense Show. And Lisa, it's always a privilege and a pleasure to come on with you.
Yes, thank you again, Dave, for coming on. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my partner at TrumpCoin2020.com. These coins are absolutely amazing, great bartering tool. And right now they're at an amazing discount. $5 off this silver coin here, or you guys can get $100 off the gold coin using the code LISA. But you can check it out in the description box below. Anyhow, thanks again, Dave, for coming on my broadcast. I truly appreciate it.
My pleasure, Lisa. Thank you.
And I'm Lisa Haven, and that was Dave Hodges signing out.
He has a song entitled Camera, actually. And what he says, you might think I love her, or you might think I do this, but only on camera, only on camera. So he only does this on camera. You might think this of him, but it's only on camera. See, what matters the most in this truth is your daily life. All right? Now, the way that you conduct yourself in your daily life, you know, that's what really matters. Like, if you had the opportunity to commit adultery with the most beautiful woman on the planet, would you do it? You know, if you had the opportunity to one-up your brother, would you do it? If you had the opportunity to be wicked in any type of way, would you do it? And if the answer in your head is like, man, if I had $1 million, would I be wicked? And your answer is, I don't know. Then that already shows that you need to do some real focusing and praying, man. You need to get yourself together, because this is supposed to be your life. Everything that you do, every move that you make, when you walk, when you talk, this is your heritage, man. Keeping the law and all that. You're not supposed to be lined up on Mondays, then by the time Saturday get here, your hairline done grew back out. You know, nah, you're not supposed to be that way. All right, you're supposed to grow your beard. You're supposed to do the things you're supposed to do. You're supposed to treat people the way you're supposed to treat them. You're supposed to be a good brother, okay?
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 1. For as much then as Hamashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he has suffered in the flesh, has ceased from sin.
Right, so if you suffer in the flesh, you've been ceasing from sin, man. See, because, and the reason why it says you're suffering in the flesh is because you're not giving your flesh everything that it came when you was birthed and grown up in Babylon, especially in Babylon, but brothers all over, they're scattered everywhere. You've been taught to do whatever your flesh tell you to do. I want to drink. I'm gonna drink. I want to have sex. Have sex. I want to have sex all day, every day. Guess what? You're gonna do it. I want to steal something. Guess what? Your flesh gonna do it. So that's why you're suffering in the flesh, because you're cutting it off and you're actually having discipline. You're actually living a life of discipline and integrity with morals.
I got a real quick one. Rock 18 and 30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites.
Right. Refrain thyself from thy appetites. So what that means is you need to be disciplined. You need to be, yeah, we can see you on camera all day, and you seem like a pretty upright person on camera. But meanwhile, off camera, you wishing death on your brother. You see what I'm saying? You over here holding a grudge from 5 years ago. All right, you can't get over nothing. You do what you want to do. You out committing adultery. You know what I'm saying? You done been with a woman for 2 years and you done committed adultery to get her. You see what I'm saying? You done did all types of stuff. So that's why your daily life is what counts. You got to live this, man. If you don't live it, it's going to show in the end. It's going to catch up with you, man. You think it ain't? All right. Play in that hot water if you want to, and see if you won't get burnt. Because Jake likes to step in that boiling water and see if it's hot enough. No, you're gonna get burnt, man. That's what's gonna happen. So it's best to stay on that straight and narrow path, man, and do the best that you can. Not saying that you won't make mistakes, but at the same time, in your daily life, you need to be on point, man.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 2, that he no longer shall live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of Yahweh. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have brought the will of the Gentiles when we walk in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings.
Right. And when you watch these movies, like Esau teach you to binge drink, man. Like he teaches you to get jacked up when it comes time for you to drink, like that's fun or something. Man, when you wake up, I drink, man. So when you wake up in the morning, you be hurt, man.
Hangover shit.
Right, you be hurt, man. You trying to recover. You don't even feel like eating.
You're liable to make a poor decision when you just get pissy like that, man.
Oh yeah, you done did all types of stuff when you were like that.
Because if you have to know, if I can just say this before, when you not even just drunk, but drunk is one aspect of it. But when you impair judgment like that, your flesh is the president of your body, man. Your flesh is the president. That liquor and that lust. Then you go to a club, all that stuff you had built in you that you was suppressing as a Hebrew Israelite. Now your flesh is like, okay, we here now, we good. What's good? Go get them.
You talking to that 300-pound girl?
Yep.
That you regretted in the morning?
Yep.
Don't do it, Jake. Don't do it. Have discipline. Be a good brother, man. And take care of yourself. All right? That goes back to the herbs, medicines, the way that you live your life, everything. Have a standard, man. Don't let your bank account be your standard. Don't let your limits or the one woman you have or the no woman that you have, 0 women that you have, be your limit. All right? You need to have a standard for yourself on the type of man that you are in order to follow Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay?
Excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
So yeah, of course the world is gonna think evil of you. Man, you lame, bro. You don't go nowhere. You don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But actually, what you expect them to do? When people see that you elevate, you have commoners, all right? You have the commoners of Israel. And then you have the nobles. when they see you elevate as a noble, what do you think the commoners do, man? They're gonna tell you, they're gonna try to convince you to be a commoner like them, man. But then, after a while, you realize that your good works do pay off, and some of these people that act like common people, they may wind up coming into the truth, man. All right? They may learn that higher way, man. They may come into that noble priesthood, man, being a better person. All right? But how you gonna achieve salvation and with the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua if you being just like them, man? If you hanging out with them in your daily life, cause Jay be doing that, man. Yeah, he cool, man. He cool, man. You over there hanging out with the white man and hanging out with everybody in your daily life. You go out to bars, you go out to drink, you go out to restaurants, you go out anywhere that you go, different events, all with the white man and all with you knew back in the hood or back in the day. But meanwhile, your brother here at the house, you know, y'all don't go nowhere. What's that show you about you, man? More than likely, one of two things are gonna happen in this situation. Either you're gonna convert all of them, all right? That's what's gonna happen. Or they're gonna convert you back into the world. So if it's like eight people in the world versus you, what's more likely to happen? They're gonna convert you, all right? And you're gonna go back in the world. Then next thing you know, you're going to get that critiquing demon like Karatazar got on him and start criticizing anybody do, while at the same time you ain't even doing the work. And then you're going to fall away, and then you're going to be mad because you done fell off, but everybody else still going. That's the way it works, man. All right? So your daily life and how you operate, these are the things that matter. These are the weightier matters right here. Because are you praying? Are you fasting when you need to? Because there come certain instances where you need to fast, man. Do you do that on your own time? Do you depend on the Lord, man? Or do you just depend on your goddamn self? And I chose my words carefully when I said your goddamn self. Because you in this flesh, you liable to do anything, man. And any demon can hop on you if the Lord allow it to. So you definitely have to depend on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for his mercy and for his favor to be bestowed upon you, man. Okay? Got anything?
Yeah, I had a quick one going back to what you were talking about originally. Sirach 19 and 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High.
Exactly. So the man who ain't even got that much understanding, but meanwhile he keep the law and he's humble, you know, versus the man who got all this knowledge, but he's unprofitable to his own self. He breaking the laws, he doing whatever he want to do. But he can read you any precept. He can go to any breakdown. I'm talking about just like that. We knew people like that, man. We learned from people like that, certain people. And one of them, Element, I can say personally, I learned a lot of things from that guy. Meanwhile, he was fucking up though. And look at where he at, man. Plenty of guys. Look at Karatazar. Karatazar, man, you know, I know we don't even really bring you up, but look at you, man. I mean, you doing once a month or once every 2 months. Sometimes 3-4 months. And now all of a sudden, you're doing damn near 3 videos a week when it comes to shaving. You see what I'm saying? For shaving, he's on fire for shaving your face. You know? And that just goes to show you that that shit ain't right. You know? DJs ain't right. And you have to stay humble and you have to stay involved and you have to continue feeding the flock and tend to the flock and be aware of what's going on in the nation of Israel, like the Lord told us. That's why I said, that's why we are saying, daily life is what, and that's what's going to help you the most versus, you know, despite how many videos you put out. Because as soon as that video cut off, you could be a nigga after that. But yeah, you look good in front of everybody else in Israel. When does that matter? So Lord Will Brothers, anything else? Well, Lord Will Brothers will edify. Shalom.